Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Yes. How was your weekend and birthday?
My birthday was lovely, thank you. And then yesterday we got up, did the garden, and came in just as we felt the rain coming. And then it didn't appear. So we could have done more in the garden, but it's done, out the way. And then, yes, we had a nice relaxing afternoon.
Oh,
Thank you.
lovely. And didn't you
Yes.
say, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all well and had a lovely weekend as well. And I do believe that you've now realised why you get a problem with knitting and crochet.
Yeah, so at the start of lockdown, I did the garden. So used the lawnmower, the strimmer, and the garden vac. And then a week later, I did pressure washed the patio and the drive on top of lots of knitting and crochet. And by the time I just used the strimmer yesterday, because that was all I used, Gary did the lawnmower, and we didn't use the garden vac in the end. My hand was just in incredible pain. So it's probably gardening. Or the vibrations of the machines.
Yeah. So that means you're fine with knitting and crochet. It's just
Yes.
you need a gardener. You do. You need a gardener.
I need to be able to pay for a gardener, though.
I know. So it's just like having a cleaner, having an ironer, all of these things. Oh, dear. So that's really good that you've found out that it's gardening and that it probably is the pressure washing, because it's that's what causes. Is it? I can't remember what it's called. Something syndrome, where if you're constantly shaking your hands, then your hands go sort of dead, and you have problems in using them. So that probably is that. So that's a little bit of a health and safety guide quote, isn't it? Robert should be very cautious if ever using something like that.
Yep, definitely.
Oh,
how was your weekend?
it was lovely, thank you. Yes. Very relaxing, just spending time chilling. So Saturday and Sunday was lovely. Thank you very much. Yes. Although we were just so exhausted. So yeah, but I still haven't finished my arms. So it's been so relaxing that I've just spent a lot of time, helping, and so I haven't had much time for doing anything like that, shall we say. So I'm going to have a nice little knit while we chat this morning, which will be lovely.
Good.
Huh?
So shall we do music before intros, or intros and then music?
Can we do music?
We can indeed.
A little bit.
So over the last kind of 6 weeks, there's been a lot of musicians pass away for various reasons, most of them due to elderly and ill health. And then over the weekend, unfortunately, Little Richard passed away. So I thought this morning we would play one of his best known hits. Most of you, I'm sure. So yes, there we go.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame. A tune that I think everybody knows, nobody can not smile at, and lots and lots and lots of us have danced to that as well over the years, even me. So what a shame he's gone.
I know. And there were so many over kind of the last week. So did you know the lady that sang My Boy Lollipop passed away last week as well?
Yes, I saw your post about that, which is a real shame as well.
I didn't realise that was on that day 3 musicians passed all on the same day.
I can't remember who they were. There was somebody out of
I didn't know
the Clash.
any of them.
Yeah, somebody out the Clash, which was I can't remember which one, I'm afraid. But yeah, I did see that. So it's a real shame. But what's great is that you are playing this stuff, so we remember them, and it's really lovely. And thank you ever so much. So
I thought as well, over the next kind of few weeks, as we still don't know what's happening, and we will carry on with this for as long as we know that we can. If you've got a birthday over the next few weeks and you would like a musical interlude just for you, then please do get in contact. Either message me directly or post it on Gogglefrogs. And as long as I can find an uncopyrighted version of it for you, then we will play it.
Or even if it's your dog or cat's birthday, and you know that your dog or cat's going to have a little bit of a jiggle to your music, then let us know, and we will happily play for that as well.
Okay, let's do mornings. Top to bottom, bottom to top.
Top to bottom.
So we start with Brigitte. Morning, Brigitte.
Morning.
And then we've got Deborah. Morning, Deborah.
Good morning.
We have the lovely Georgie. Morning, Georgie.
Morning.
We have Jackie. Morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
We have Janet. Morning, Janet.
Hello.
We have Judy. Morning, Judy.
Morning.
Linda Ellis. Morning, Linda.
Morning.
Marion Dye. Morning, Marion.
Morning.
Morning, Marion.
Morning.
We have Safia. Morning, Safia.
Morning.
Sally. Morning, Sally.
Good morning.
And Trisha. Morning, Trisha.
Morning.
I hope you're all keeping safe and well and had a lovely weekend as well. It is Mashup Monday, so in the Gogglefrogs pages, please post anything that you have had a pattern for and you've made an alteration to it, or you've changed the yarn for it, and show us what it came out like. Also as well, if you have anybody in the wider woolly world that you think would benefit from Gogglefrogs, then please do copy and paste or drop me their email address and I will send them an invite for you. And obviously it's recorded every day, so if they're not around at 10 o'clock, they can always watch the replay later in the evening while they're having their tea or something like that. So on the subject of which, hello to everybody on replay. Sorry, we forgot that.
Hello. Hello. Sorry. Oh my word.
And we are here to give you any advice that you need. We will show videos. We will talk about tips and hints, help each other with problems that you might be having with your current project. And this week, Angela, I've hijacked. I'm sorry. I should have told you that I thought about this last night. But because Brigitte sent me a video for the 2-needle cast-on method, 2-needle long tail cast-on method, I should say, I thought that we would look at different types of cast-on this week. And I'll find a video every day that we can play which talks you through the different types of cast-on. I only know 2 types of cast-on, and I think the first one I invented myself, although I'm sure it's something that everybody uses anyway. And then the second one, I've been told, is the cable cast-on. So that's my go-to one at the moment, is the cable cast-on, but that's probably because I don't know any better.
I only do Brigitte's cast on now. That's it for everything. It's so not called two needle or long tail. It's called the Brigitte cast on method.
Right, okay, fine. So that's the one that we're going to start with today, and then I'll find some others during the week. We'll play a different one every day after the weekend.
And then, can I hijack for next week then? Well, I'm saying hijack. Can I just give you a tip? I think it'd be really nice to do different cast-off methods, because I know the one that you showed us was really good. And I know that people talk about picot edging and stuff like that, which always fills me with dread. But then when I start doing the picot edging cast-off, it's never as bad as I think it's going to be. So there must be lots and lots of different edges that are beautiful. So yes. So let's do that, and we'll mix it up. We'll do cast-ons and cast-offs. Cast-on.
And then next week we want cast-offs. Okay, fine. And we will go through the chat box, so please do put your comments in there, and we read them all out so that anybody watching on replay knows what you've talked about. So the last 2 that I can see in there is Arma. Morning, Arma. Have you ever tried the old Norwegian cast-on? I will see if I can find a video for it.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah. And then Trisha has said Turkish cast on.
I'd love
So
to know.
I'll see if I can find that as well. And then the I-cord bind off.
Which I've done. So I can actually do an I-cord bind off now, which is brilliant when it's something that you've been thinking, I need to do that on this project for the last 2 years. Yes.
Sorry, I just realised I'm writing in the wrong place in my notebook. I now have a notebook, a bigger notebook, because I keep thinking of things that I need to write down. And this is a sectional one, and I've gone to a different page, different section, so I can keep track of a pattern, and then I've just flipped over and just carried on writing. So never mind. Safi is saying Judy's magic cast on. Is that Judy that's in the room, Judy, or is that a different Judy?
Probably not Richard and Judy, because she just does books. But
it must be a different Judy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Judy's cast on, and then somebody else said an I-cord cast on.
Yeah, I haven't seen the I-cord cast on, so that would be great. I can do the I-cord bind off.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, or 5, I believe now. So yeah. And there's a cast on in a loop.
Right. Okay. Lovely. Right. So there's also Judy's surprisingly stretchy cast off. Okay. Marion, there are 2 types of cable cast on.
Are there?
Okay. So we'll put them in one day then. So we want the stretchy cast off. Wow, who knew? Right, I'm putting the paper down. That's enough for now. Thank you very much.
It's hilarious, isn't it? How many you can actually get.
Right, okay, fine. Oh, I think we're going to have fun with this. Right, so let's go through the comments. So Trisha says, morning, Robert, hope you had a good birthday. I did, thank you very much. Good morning. Marion says, morning, laptop is just updating, so might be in and out. Linda says, morning, Angela and Robert. Jackie says, morning both, hope you had a lovely birthday, Robert. Did. I might show you some of the lovely woolly things that I got later. Brigitte says, good morning. Judy says, morning. Janet says, morning, everyone. Jackie says, day off so I can listen to you both whilst enjoying doing my knitting. I really hope you do. I know you don't very often get to listen to us in 4, apart from a Saturday, so have a nice chill cup of tea and relax. Deborah says, good morning. Sally says, morning, all, bit breezy out there. Brigitte says she's doing the okie dokie again. I'm tempted to say something quite flippant there, but I'm not going to. I shall just move on.
Good.
Georgie says, morning, lovely to see you. Brigitte says, that got my heart rate up. Jackie says, brilliant, thoroughly enjoyed it. Brigitte says, good job you didn't see my move. You'd be off your chairs. Now, you say that, Brigitte, I still have the video of you at Sheringham. Sally says, saw Little Richard live at the Rhythm Festival, Clapham, Bedford. Brilliant. Played piano with feet stomping. Georgie says, Little Richard makes you want to learn how to jive. Jackie said, I disappeared, but then I came back. Brigitte says, oh, Angela, bless you, fame at last.
Yeah.
Brigitte says, Robert, I've sent you a picture on WhatsApp. Okay, I'll have a look in a second. Pam says, morning, everyone. Morning, Pam.
Morning.
Evelyn says, good morning. Morning, Evelyn.
Good morning.
Oh, cast on in a loop. Okay, Alma, I will see if I can find that one as well. Pico cast on. Judy says, not guilty. Don't blame me if they go wrong. Brigitte says, cast on, cast off. You're opening a can of worms. There are so many brilliant ones. Evelyn says, good news, I finished my blue top. Yay. Okay,
Oh,
well done.
fabulous.
Let's see some pictures. Armar says, amazing, Evelyn. Brigitte says, don't you dare show that video again, Robert. Wow, what's it worth, Brigitte? Armar says, I completed my face mask. Well done.
Oh, wow.
Linda says there's a whole host of cast-ons. There's a book dedicated to them, and cast-off or bind-offs, as the Americans call it.
Oh, wow.
Brigitte says, okie dokie, in, out. Yes, I understood the reference. I was just tempted to say something, but I won't. And then she says, that's called blackmail. I know.
Oh, dear.
Right, so cast on. Well, peeps, you've given me a lot to do. Oh, I've already written that down once. Cast on a loop.
You enjoy it. You really enjoy it, Robert.
So what are you working on, Angela?
Still on the cardigan. The arms are only that long. They've got to get to 38 centimetres because they're a 3/4 arm, so they don't go right down. So it's going to be a little bit different. So I might do them a little bit longer, but I don't want them to look as if, oh, did she not do them long enough? So I think they have to be halfway down the arm to about there, so that people don't think that they're odd and I run out of wool, because I haven't run out of wool. Because I have a whole new thing of wool to wind up. So I've got this amount left. I did actually adapt this one. So normally what we do is we do did I do short row shaping with this one? I can't really remember, but normally you'll put one dart in, but I decided to put 2 darts in to give it a sharper look. So we'll see how that works when I actually finish this thing. It's only been on the go, I think, 2.5 years. 2.5 or 3 years, but we're getting there. So this is what I've been working on. I haven't got round to my other projects at the moment. I want to finish this off, and then I can get on to one of the other projects, which will either be the secret project, which I have this little habit of doing IOUs for birthday gifts. Robert did get a birthday gift off me, but there is an IOU as well that I am still creating. And that's another one where I got the pattern. I read the pattern, couldn't quite follow it. I just thought, oh, that's going to take too long. I'm just going to do it my own way on the squares. But I did need the pattern for something else, and it's this little something else that all will be revealed when it is complete. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get some time on that, but I can't crochet easily and talk at the same time, which is why knitting is my go-to when I'm in company. So yeah. So that's what I'm working on. What about you, Robert? What you are?
I've got lots of things on the go at the moment, probably too many. So still got my jumper. This is the one that I started last week where I haven't touched it all weekend. So this is using the bamboozle. It's just making a quick cowl. I started another new project over the weekend.
Did you? What was that?
Well, it's a pattern of my own. I don't think I'm quite ready to broadcast it yet, but it's a test of what I want to make with my lovely top wool. What else have I got on the go? I'm still doing those Harry Potter figures for my nephew, although I haven't touched those in weeks. So yeah, lots and lots of things. I think everybody does that though, don't they? They have things that they can put down.
Well, I've got this. I've got my Noro blanket that still needs crocheting up. I've also got my other, because this is Baramu, which I absolutely love, their wool, and I've got my other Baramu Gansey blanket that will that ever get finished? Because the blinking Gansey patterns are always a 12-row repeat, and I always go wrong on them, and then I have to frog it. So it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I've got a few things, and then I've got the crochet cardigan, my first ever crochet cardigan that I started. But I just want to get the arms finished on this. And if you're not from the north of England, you'll call them sleeves. So, but I call them an arm. So I'm just finishing these at the moment. So yeah, so there's a little bit of discussion going on about, do you prefer English continental or Portuguese knitting style the most? We actually know what Portuguese knitting is now, don't we, after that video that you showed the other week where they put it around the neck?
I haven't shown that.
Did?
No, I didn't. I'd sent it to you.
Oh, sorry.
I haven't shown it yet. It's in the to watch list.
Sorry about this. So we have got something. I thought we'd actually
No.
but it's different knitting styles. So that was quite amusing, actually. So yeah, Portuguese is where you put the wool around your neck, isn't it? And then you've got the English and the continental. I wish I could do continental, but I can do knits continental. I just can't do pearls continental. So yeah, Sally's just said spoiler alert. Yes, sorry about that. That's me not sleeping very much in the last 6 weeks, I don't think.
That's fine. Right, so shall I upload the video for tomorrow?
I think we should do, shouldn't we?
So we'll have 2 videos tomorrow. 3 actually. We'll have a music, we'll have a cast on, and then we'll have the different knitting styles.
Yeah, we'll have a spoiler alert.
And I was really surprised when I saw all these different knitting styles, because I didn't know that so many existed.
No, neither did I. Neither did I. So that was quite amusing. So we'll share that with you tomorrow. Seeing as everybody's now wondering about different knitting styles. So yeah, I wish I could do continental, but I can't. I've tried, but that's just me. That's just me. My comfort go-to type of northern knitting, and this is not northern knitting. I have long needles that go under my arm. That's how I knit normally, and that's where I'm quickest. So this is really, really hard. Really hard. I'm really slow whenever I'm knitting with circular needles, but never mind. We will finish them eventually. Oh dear. So Amar says, continental is where you're holding that yarn with your left index finger and move it without dropping your working needle. Yeah, I struggle. Never seen it. However, I do have a dexterity problem, so I might be able to manage it. Plus, I've knitted English for so long, it might be too steep a learning curve for me as I'm getting a bit long in the tooth now. Marion, I think.
Oh, rubbish.
Knitting your own style, isn't it? And sometimes people say, why do you do that with the yarn? For some reason, I just really enjoy it. It's like my little comfort blanket. So, I
think it also depends on.
Rebecca's here. Good morning. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Rebecca. I think Wendy came in as well ages and ages ago. Yeah, we need to go back through the chat. I think it also depends on how you're taught. So if you're taught by somebody, then I think you get to learn better. Whereas I was self-taught to the point that I just walked into a shop, saw some yarn on some needles and picked it up and started doing it one day. And I now can't break the habit. So, and I know Brigitte doesn't like the fact that I only knit half continental, but I just can't quite get my finger to do the work as I'm knitting. So there we go. Right, let's go right back. So Sally put down. Sally typed something that Sally, I really don't understand what it was. Lots of tree ties store, then re-CO and DCO. I have no idea what that means. I'm asked this. Thank you.
Long tail cast on.
Don't know. Could you retype it?
Treats cast on and cast off.
Sorry?
Is that treat for the cats or dogs? And cast on and cast off? I don't know. Sorry, I think I've gone to a different planet at the moment.
Okay.
Video treats.
Oh, okay. Right. Fine. Cast on and cast off. Fine. Okay. Wendy came in and said, morning all. Morning, Wendy.
Morning.
Amal says, Angela, 38 centimetres. It's really big.
I think it's because it's from here. It's a top down. So I think it's 38 centimetres. I'm just going until it gets a bit longer. But I think that's where it will finish there because it's from here and not from there. So if it was from there, but we'll see. I'll read the pattern again. This is why I end up frogging quite often. But I just know that that's not long enough for an arm yet, so we're fine. So I'll get the pattern out at some point.
Safia says, I like a 3/4 arm, still end up pushing them up though.
Yeah.
Marion says, I do a 38 centimetre for a full sleeve length, or very nearly. 38 centimetres is about 16 inches. Rebecca says, hello, sorry I'm late.
This is your time.
Absolutely. And then you mentioned Armart and about the knitting style. Sally says, nice yarn. Marion says, Armart in English for me. Jackie says English for me as well. Then we've Deborah says, have you ever tried the Knit Companion app, Angela, to help keep your place? I'm going to write it down and investigate and find out what it is.
Thank you. Just to explain, it's saying that it's 38 centimetres from the underarm. So, in true Gogglefrog styling, I have the beautiful little birthday gift that I was crocheted. So where's 38?
That's not very long.
No, that's from the underarm.
That would be 3/4 length, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a 3/4.
Oh, okay, fine. Sorry, I missed that bit.
I think that will. Well, I'm presuming I've got the right length arms.
Okay.
I might do it for 38 centimetres actually. That does seem. Let's go for about 30-inch. I think about 30 will be right, not 38.
I think what you should do is do what I'm going to do with my jumper, and that is find a jumper with the right arm length that you want, and then just measure that.
Yeah, because just looking at the pattern, you can see that just goes past
elbows.
Yeah, and that's what I want. So I want that nice look, and because it's beautiful wool, it's always going to give slightly as well. If you're knitting in acrylic, it doesn't, but pure new wool, beautiful wool, it always goes slightly long, I find, until you wash it and block it again, so to speak, in your soap. So, yeah. Looks as if it's 30 centimetres.
So Brigitte says if she did Portuguese, she would strangle herself for sure. Rebecca then dropped in and said, hello, can anyone see my post? Yes, sorry, Rebecca, we kind of dip in and out of the chat and we're just catching up on it now, sorry. Armar then says, you're right about Portuguese style. Brigitte says, Robert knits half continental, all he has to do is wrap the yarn around his left index finger and grab. Armar says, continental is where you're holding the arm with your left index fingers and move it without dropping the needlework. Marion says, no, however, seen it. I do have dexterity problems, so might be able to manage it. Might not be able to manage it. Plus, I've knitted English for so long. Oh, we've done that one. Sorry. Lindy says, morning, sorry I'm late. Post office run to post masks. That's Linda Phillips. Morning, Linda Phillips. Armar says, Robert, happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. Linda says, Brigitte tried to teach me continental at Sheringham and gave up as a bad job when it came to Pearl. I always struggle with Pearl as well. So you're not the only one, Linda, don't worry. Rebecca says, Ray, didn't know why you couldn't see me before. There are variations in some of the styles as well. Okay. Linda says, hi, Rebecca. Says hi back to Linda. Armar says, Linda, same with me. I prefer old English method to Pearl. Sally said, video treats for cast on, cast off. Brigitte says, it's not that I don't like it, Robert, just a bit frustrated that you're halfway there. But if you feel comfortable, go on. We all have to knit how we like. Yes, I think that's what Rebecca's saying about the variations on styles as well. And then Armar says, Angela, it's big for me because I just started learning knitting. Tracy says,
well done.
Morning, Tracy.
Morning.
Armar says, I'm still into knitting baby things. Deborah says it's brilliant. There's a free version and paid subscriptions. In my opinion, it's really helpful and worth the money, but see what you think. I think she's talking about the app. Okay, so I will have a look later today, and then we will pick up on it again tomorrow. Brigitte says, also the Portuguese style knitting would get me tangled up with my hair, which is growing like mad in lockdown. You mean you haven't let Rod have a go at the scissors? Gary's not letting me touch his, and it's really starting to curl up on itself at the back. Deborah says, I mostly knit English style, but can do continental. I'm just learning Norwegian knitting from Arnie and Carlos YouTube videos.
Ooh.
I really regret not going to meet Arnie and Carlos when they were at our local shop.
What?
Did you not know either?
No.
Oh, they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant designers.
I didn't know they were at our local shop. When did I miss that? Where was I?
I'm sure they managed to get them. I'm sure they did. Brigitte says, I can't do Pearl the English way. Okay. Rebecca says, Brigitte, tie your hair back in a ponytail. And Brigitte says, no way am I letting Rod near my hair with his dressmaking scissors.
And for those who don't know, Brigitte's husband Rod makes the most amazing summer dresses for her, pajamas for their children and grandkids, etc. He is a really gifted person with a sewing machine and all things creative. And I do believe he's got, I don't know how many sewing machines he's actually bought, but I do remember one year at our annual knitting crochet retreat, I do believe that Brigitte found that there were 2 second-hand old-fashioned sewing machines somewhere. So she went and bought both of them and took them home to him. So he has a collection. It's like a sewing machine museum collection, I would imagine, in their house. So yes, he's very talented and gifted. And once we come out of lockdown, he's going to bring a sewing machine to with some of our knit and natters, so he can start his crafting there. But I mean, it's a knit and natter, but it doesn't matter what you want to do. You can do absolutely anything crafty, or just sit there and chat back to us, chat to the screen. So,
I still think her hair would look brilliant if he got a pair of pinking shears so that she had the diagonal pattern across the bottom.
Oh.
Then she says, no ponytail for me, can't stand anything in my hair. Marion says it'll ruin his scissors, so you don't have to worry about that. I must admit, I hide my scissors now. I have 4 pairs of the same type of scissors. I have 1 as a spare, 1 in my craft room, 1 in my craft bag, and 1 downstairs on my lamp. and Gary is under very strict instructions that the ones on my lamp are not to be used for anything else at all. And I know whether he has or not, because every so often I check them to see whether they've got any indents or bluntness on them, so I know whether he's been using them. Right. Deborah says, try Very Pink Knits YouTube videos. They are easy to understand. Okay, I will add that to the list as well. Deborah says, absolutely love Arnie and Carlos. They did a quarantine knit along recently. There are loads of great Fair Isle squares. And then Brigitte says he's listening. Don't give him any ideas.
Oh.
Very Pink Knits. Wow, you've given me a lot of work to do today. Yeah. Marion says Aldi have some scissors in that cut different shapes out, i.e. wavy, etc. Oh, I guess they probably just have removable blades that you just put on, which is what makes the different patterns. Rebecca says, I love the look of Arnie and Carlos. Hug me later. I really have so many things to knit, but that is added to my list. Okay, we will have a look at that. I think what I'd like to do now is just take a quick intermission and watch this first cast on video, if that's okay.
Yes, I will go on to mute.
So, folks, this is the long tail cast on, which you can do with 1 or 2 needles. Brigitte does it with 2, and she says the reason why she does it with 2 is because it gives you a stretchier cast on to how the video is showing it. So say if you cast on your stitches onto 2 needles held together, not only is the cast on stretchier, but the first row is much easier to knit once you've pulled out the second needle. Okay. So that is the long tail cast with 2 needles.
When I actually looked at that, I thought that's not what I do. It was only when she speeded up, it's like, yeah, I get it now, because I just did it without thinking now. And it is the quickest cast on that I've ever known. It is just so quick. I do it with two long needles, 2 very long needles, and after I've done about 20 or 30, I pull one of the needles out, stick them together again, because if not, I find that if you try and pull one needle out when you've got, say, 150 stitches cast on, it's really difficult to pull the second needle out. But you will get it. And how to estimate the length of tail yarn? I believe, again, this is what Brigitte taught me. If you do that, an arm is about 50 stitches, I believe. So I tend to do, for 150 stitches, I'll do 3 and an extra one just in case. That's the same with Brigitte. So it's a bit easier than trying to know what a yard or a foot is. So just an arm length for 50 stitches. And that should be enough. And I always have a little bit extra just in case.
I didn't know that. That's interesting, because the way, I mean, I don't do thumb method or long tail cast on at all, but the way I always remember being taught it was you wrap the yarn around the needle for the number of stitches that you need, and then you add a third again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. An arm length, 50 stitches, and don't pull it too tight. Just be, quite loose with it. And you'll have enough. And Amar just said he does. Sorry, Amar doesn't quite understand your.
What?
So what do? You wrap it around your needle.
So you take your needle and then you take your yarn, and if you want 10 stitches, you wrap it around 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's your 10 stitches, and then you add a third again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, or round it up, and that should be enough to do a 10-stitch cast on.
Wow.
That's how I remember being taught it, but like I say, I haven't done it in years because I don't like that cast on method at all. There we go. Can we just say good morning to Helen? Hi, Helen. She dropped in while we were watching the video.
Good morning.
So lots of people saying great, thanks for the video. Deborah says that's a good tip. Brigitte says yes, that works too, Robert, but if you lose count you have to start again. Put a marker in every 20 stitches and a different colour for 100. That's a really good tip. Thank you. And that's what we're here for, people. So if there's anything else that you want to know, such as different knitting methods, which we will show tomorrow, and cast on and cast off methods, which I think is going to be a theme for the next 2 weeks, definitely we can do that as well.
And Amar mentioned earlier that you were still doing baby clothes. Absolutely brilliant. Start off with baby clothes, because then you get to be able to do buttonholes, which I hate doing even now. I've never found a buttonhole method that I actually like, even though I've done workshops on them. But even for the for doing the like different sleeves, you can learn how to do set on in sleeves and raglan sleeves and a whole host of different types with different patterns. Because a cardigan for yourself can take quite some time, whereas for like smaller ones for babies, you can knit them up really quickly. And I know I got back into knitting quite a few years ago by doing small baby things, which is a lot quicker. So yeah.
Marion says if casting on using thumb or long tail, use a separate ball of yarn. Okay, hadn't thought about that. Rebecca says great timing from the postman. I missed most of that video. I shall watch it again later. Hopefully it does pick it up on the replay. Folks, just to let you know, if you are watching on replay, I know it's a bit late, we're 50 minutes in, but we do post the links to the videos in your email as well in case they don't play. The server that we use is very hit and miss in terms of putting the videos in there. Touch wood, they've been okay for the last 4 or 5, but we will just put them in the, and we also post them on the Facebook page as well. The hints videos that we show anyway. Amar says, Angela, that's a very good idea. Right, I've just found, I'm going to show you the Arnie and Carlos quarantine Hug Me Later cowl.
Oh,
that looks very pretty.
How gorgeous is that?
I love this centre square.
Yeah.
So yes, that looks very good. And don't forget, of course, there's lots and lots of different cows going along. So knit alongs and crochet alongs going on at the moment. Our own Marion is doing one, aren't you, Marion? She is doing I think she's doing 2 actually. She's done the cushion and she's doing a different one as well. And there's Facebook pages for both of those. What's we got now?
Just on that, Amar has said, can we please share the link? We will try. Just want to double check that you've requested to join the Facebook page. It's Gogglefrogs. So if you search that out on Facebook, then a lot of the links and things are in there as well. And anybody else who's watching on replay or hasn't actually put into the chat. So yeah, just join up to the Facebook group and you'll be able to get hold of all of them.
Right. Okay. Let's very quickly go through Gogglefrogs, shall we, and see what people
yes,
have done over the weekend. So please do put pictures on Gogglefrogs. It's easier for me to share them here than going through Messenger or email. So Sally has posted work in progress cow. Pattern is Logia by can't pronounce the name. yarn is West Yorkshire Spinner's Signature 4-ply.
That is lovely.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Can't wait to see that finished. I love the colours that you're using as well.
Yeah.
Linda says, hope this qualifies for Mash Up Monday. I made this edge-to-edge cardie a couple of years ago using my stash of leftover sock yarn and 4-ply. I did have to buy some as I was on holiday and ran out. That's my excuse anyway. That definitely qualifies for Mash Up Monday. That looks lovely. Well done, Linda.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. George,
sorry, can I just ask, that is so even in the colours up the front. It's as if that has been staked, and I'm sure it hasn't been, but can you see?
I can see what you mean, but I don't think it has been steeked. No,
I don't think it has been, but I love that. In fact, to the main part of the body of that cardigan, it seems really even.
Yeah.
Cullen.
I think it's possibly been knitted on 2 needles up to this yellow stripe. Sorry, 2 pieces up to this yellow stripe. But then you can see that these sides don't match, so that means that it wasn't steeked. But gorgeous. Yeah. Georgie posted this lovely scarf yesterday. What is this scarf? She posted this as well yesterday.
I love that.
Star shawl.
Absolutely love that.
I think that's something you could probably do in your lovely Norros, you know.
Yeah, the texture and it's just amazing. So yeah, certainly one I'll be looking at. People posting.
Anybody who loves socks, I love the socks pattern here.
They are so lovely.
It's a free pattern.
Wow.
Brigitte has posted Mash Up Monday, made with pure cotton for granddaughter last year. The lacy pattern would not work out for the armholes and the back fit size I needed, so I just turned the piece around and made a plain yoke in trebles. That's lovely.
Wow. That is so cute.
This video made me laugh. Posted.
It was excellent.
It was. It really, really was. It's a bit of a long one, so do go to the Facebook page and have a look. I won't spoil it for you. Claire posted, for those of you who like me, Claire posted some miniature dragon patterns.
Oh.
See, I love dragons. I love amigurumi, but I'm not quite sure I could do them that small. We had Show It Off Saturday, which got lots of laughs because lots of people saying, what do you mean Show It Off Saturday? Haven't got anything finished this week. Then I've shared a post to the virtual regional day. So for those of you that missed it, on Friday, we had a live session from the Bedfordshire Knitting and Crochet Guild, whose regional day should have been a week ago last Saturday, but has obviously been cancelled. So we've decided to do a virtual one instead at the end of the month. So there is a link. You do need to sign up, and you'll find everything you need to know about the day on that page later on.
Sorry, there's a lot of people on replay who possibly don't know where everything is. If you just let people know.
Sorry?
There's a lot of people on replay who won't know where that is. The regional day page to have a look at.
It's on the Gogglefrogs page.
All right.
Jean posted a picture of her Show It Off Saturday. She made an NHS bear for her daughter's friend. Another shawl from Georgie, which I think looks lovely. And then I've posted the link for you to copy and paste into emails or to share with people to join our lovely group. And then we've got a welcome to our latest members, Trisha's
Welcome.
posted. Sorry.
I just said welcome.
Okay. Trisha's posted a link here for Shetland Wool Adventures. It would have been day one. So she's they're showing something every day. So do take a look at that. Dawn's posted 13 fiction books about sewing. Anybody who's looking for a read. And then Donna posted on Saturday the picture from her Nudie Knits calendar. Barbara had never been a fan of pole dancing, and now we can see why. Sally's show it off Saturday, finished and blocked shawl pattern that she was doing. That looks lovely. I really like the three tones that you've used there.
Yeah, when we Sally did say the other day that she just used this out of the stash, so it wasn't what she purposely bought. But I just think the detail on that was incredible.
Right, comments. Marianne says that she'll post pictures of her cushion on the Gogglefrogs Facebook page and links. Thank you, Marianne. Rivita says, I think the cardigan was knitted in one piece until the armholes. Armar says, I love that sock. Georgie says the star shawl is Norro from their 30th anniversary book. Oh, well, there you go then. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was Norro. Linda says, oh no, not steeked, just knitted in circular needles up to the shaping. It was just a 4-ply card I had adapted so I could do it like that. Well done.
Very well done.
So tomorrow, people, is Throwback Tuesday. We know it's normally traditionally known as Throwback Thursday, but we're doing Tuesdays instead. So please dig out patterns or pictures from old that you've done, just so we can have a look. And we had some really good ones last week, I seem to remember. So find something different this week, post the pictures on Gogglefrogs during the day, and we'll show them again tomorrow.
Definitely. Oh, it's almost time to go.
I know.
Where does the time go?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. And I've just got a little bit of cold tea left. Because it
So
is
what
3
you
flights of stairs to get down to the kitchen to make another cup of tea to bring it back up 3 flights of stairs. So
You should make yourself a flask.
yeah, I know. But never mind.
Right, so that is it, people. Have a lovely day. Rebecca, do say happy birthday to your mum for us.
Happy birthday to your mum.
And we'll see you all again tomorrow.
Lovely to see you all. Take care. Bye.
Bye.